Today we are going to be unboxing and sort of reviewing Funko Pops. I have 8 of them here. Most of them are Marvel, as I am a huge Marvel fan, but I do have a couple that aren't Marvel. We will do the Marvel ones first, so let's get right into it. Starting things off, we have Ant-Man from Ant-Man and the Wasp. This was my first Funko Pop figure that I got, and this is a really solid figure. I don't know why they didn't put Hank and Xanet on the back, though, because they are part of that set. So yeah, that's what it looks like in the box. Now let's take it out of the box, because we are unboxing them. Okay. Whoop, Sandy fell, but yeah, it's Ant-Man. And the carpet doesn't like him standing up that much on his own. However, this is a really cool figure. Very detailed body, as you can see. He's got the button in his hand to shrink or grow. This is a really good figure. It's really detailed. It is a bobblehead, unfortunately, because it's Marvel, and all the Marvel figures are bobbleheads. So that's slightly disappointing. But yeah, that is the Ant-Man figure. Alright, now moving on. We did Ant-Man. Now, we have Wasp. Another really, really cool figure. Once again, Hank and Xanet are not on the back, which I don't really know. There's a little bit of damage on the box right there. It's not too big of a deal. I'm not an in-box collector, but I do keep the boxes, just in case I ever want to display one in the box. Whoops, and I accidentally crushed part of the plastic that the pops come in with my elbow. I kind of stopped it before I was able to really do any damage to it, though, so it's fine. Alright, there's Wasp, and she is a really, really good figure. She's also got a very, very detailed body like Ant-Man, very nice top, very nice head, I should say. The wings are nice. That's where they put all the manufacturing info on it and copyright info, because her feet are too small. Speaking of her feet, she does come with a stand, because that is the only way she will stand, really. If you're really lucky, you can get her to stand without it, but I will put it on the stand very quick, and I should be able to put it on the carpet if it's on the stand. Should be able to stay. Okay. There we go. So that is Wasp. Right next to Ant-Man, you can sort of compare the two. You know what, I'm going to get Ant-Man to stay. He is going to go on top of his box. And we'll put him back here and see if he stays. There we go. Alright, so that way I can still have the figures out. Alright, yeah. Let's change the camera angle a little bit there. I think that looks better overall anyways. So let's continue. Last Ant-Man Funko Pop that we have is Hank Pym Unmasked, Hot Topic exclusive. I got this at Orlando Fast and Square because they have a Hot Topic there, so I'm like, okay, I'll just go see what Funko Pops they have, and they had Hank Pym. I do not like the masked version of Hank Pym very much, purely because, yes, he has the masked version of him is really cool, however, he's just not that recognizable. You don't see him with the mask for most of the film, but without the mask, he is very recognizable. You can clearly tell if this is Hank Pym. He's one of my favorite characters in the film, so I was definitely happy that they make an unmasked version of him. My one complaint is I'm not the biggest fan of the shade of tan that they used on his face. It's darker than everyone else. It's like, I was at Target today and I saw Xanet, and she has a little bit of a lighter tan for her face. So it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it's a minor complaint. I don't know why they used a slightly darker tan for him. So let's get him up on top of his box. And this is my first video, Funko Pop related, so I know it's not the world's greatest, but hopefully it's still okay. So next up we have Ebony Maw from Avengers Infinity War. And I had to actually reshoot this one after I finished filming the video, because I ran into a little bit of trouble filming it the first time. So yeah, we're going to try this again. He is my favorite Black Order Funko Pop. He's from the Infinity War line, and the Infinity War line is one of my favorite Funko Pop lines. I just think it's a really solid line. My favorite member of the Black Order in the film, overall, and in pop form. So yeah, we are going to take a look at him. Okay. So, there he is. Really, really good looking pop. He has a relatively simple yet detailed face. Like, hold on, my hand got in the way for a second, but I want to try to get it to focus on his, right here. Be a good spot. Okay, so yeah, you can see this. It's basic but detailed at the same time. It's very basic. There's not too much going on, but there's enough stuff where it makes it really, really recognizable and realistic. And honestly, it's perfect for the character in Funko form. He has a really, really solid torso too. I'm sorry that my fingers keep kind of covering up the camera, but he is. I mean, yeah. Okay, I'll try moving it a little further away so my hands don't keep covering it up. But he has a really, really solid torso as well. His legs, everything about this figure is fantastic. He's a really solid figure in my opinion. So yeah, that is Ebony Maw. Okay, so 2 more Marvel ones, neither of them MCU. Next one we have comic book Captain America. I actually won him in an arcade. And the reason I said I would bring up Infinity War's version of Iron Man in a second was because that was the other option. And even though the Infinity War line is one of my favorite Funko Pop lines, I'm not a huge fan of that version of Iron Man, so I just got the classic comic book version of Captain America. If they had another version of Iron Man, it would have been, I don't know, I don't know which one I got, because this isn't my favorite version of the Captain America figure, to be honest. I think there's much better Captain America figures than this, or the original classic Funko Pop. This is a much older Funko Pop. You can even tell, like with the gloves and the feet, they look a little different. The sealed you can actually take off though, and you can have, so you can technically put it on another character, I guess, in theory. Let's try it. Like Ant-Man, for example. It doesn't fit on Ant-Man. Okay, so you really can't, but unless it's a character similar arm size to Captain America. So here's the character without the sealed. Get it to focus. Okay, a little further. I don't know, I can't really get it to focus on the character, but he's a pretty decent character. Not my favorite version of Captain America. Captain America and Iron Man are 2 of my favorite Marvel characters, though, so it was kind of, it would have been a lot harder to decide if they were, like, say, both my favorite versions of those characters. Yeah, there's Captain America. He is still a good figure, though. Some of the ones I saw there didn't have the best paint jobs. This one did have a pretty decent paint job, though. So we are going to put him, whoops, he's out of view. We're going to put him right there, between Ant-Man and Ebony Maw. Captain America. Alright, one last Marvel one. We have, try to get him in the view there. Sorry, he's going to block Wasp for a second. Deadpool on Scooter. So, Deadpool's really the only X-Men character that I like. He's not a member of the X-Men, I know, but he, you know, you see him with them a lot. I guess he's technically considered an X-Men character, like that's the part of Marvel that he's in. Oh my god, guys, this is a super nice figure. It's technically a pop ride, so which doesn't make sense, because typically pop rides are like in the giant, you know, cars, and they cost like $30, but he's essentially just a figure with a little scooter attached to the bottom of him. He's just a normal figure, little normal figure. But I love the face. It's very basic, but it works, just like all the other Deadpools. Look at that. The scooter is nice, though. I mean, look at that. I love the little bumper stickers. Let me see if I can get it to focus better. There we go. He is just a solid figure. I like the sword on the back. I really like this figure. He does come with the stand. Here it is. All right, I'm going to see if I can get him on the stand quickly, and then I will display him. Second, guys, it doesn't seem to be going to get on the stand. You know what, I'm just going to edit this part out, and in 5 seconds I'll be on the stand in front of the screen. Alright, he is now on the stand, and yeah, those are all my Marvel characters. So next up, Newt Scamander from The Crimes of Grindelwald. Or Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, I should say. I'm not as big of a Fantastic Beasts fan as I am a Harry Potter fan, but they didn't really have too many Potter Pops in the store I got them in. So I got Newt Scamander. He's a really cool figure, though. I do really like this figure. He's really, really well done. I love the hair. The hair is really detailed on this figure. If I can get it to focus slightly better. I don't think it's going to want to, though. He's just a fantastic figure. So, I am now going to get the box up. And we are going to add Newt Scamander to this little area here with everybody else. Oh, he doesn't want to seem to stand. Hold on, let me tilt him a little bit. Okay. Okay, hold on, let me get it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna see if I can get him to stand on a harder surface to know if it's just that he can't stand on the box. But there might be a problem with how the box or the plastic that Newt came in, you know, like these plastic things, it kind of bent him a little bit. So he's not going to be able to stand. I am going just to lean him up against the Captain America box. And there's a really cool water trick, if you don't know, where you put the pop in boiling water for a few seconds and then in ice cold water, and then it like twists the pop back to normal. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I've actually tried it before, and it almost started unboxing the next time, and it does work. It is completely safe, worked really well. And next, this one might be a little surprising for you. It is Lucy Van Pelt from the Peanuts comics. Now, why did I get Lucy Van Pelt? Because the Peanuts characters are some of my favorite cartoon characters. I've always really liked them since I was little. They're kind of some of the characters that I still like even now. I mean, there's a lot of cartoon characters that I have soft spots for, but the Peanuts characters are some of my favorite. The store I went to only had Lucy Van Pelt and Sally Brown. I chose Lucy. She's not my favorite character in the Peanuts line. I'd rather have like Charlie Brown or Linus or Snoopy, but she's still a cool character. There she is. So I'm kind of torn on the lines by her eyes because they really do make it more accurate to the cartoon in the comic strip, but like at first I didn't really think that they worked well in the Funko Pop, but the more I kind of think about it, it really does work. I kind of like it the more and more I look at it, and to save room, I'm not going to put her on the box. Instead, I'm just going to lean her up against Newt right there. Whoops. So yeah, get a little bit. Oh, I didn't move this box out of the way. So yeah, those are all the Funko Pops in this unboxing, and I hope you enjoyed. Overall, I think that all these Pops are pretty good. I don't think any of them are bad. So thank you for watching. Bye, guys.